Guys, welcome back. You're on day 34. You're trucking along and you're doing great. But now we want to go over what it's like to work with a buyer. What's the buyer process, right? And then you're going to see attached, there's going to be an IABS form and a buyer representation agreement. That's going to be in here so you can download it and then fill it out to the best of your ability, because then you're going to meet with your coach or myself the following week and we're going to go over this. And it's kind of going to explain to you what you need to have when you're working with a buyer up front. And then I'll kind of go over a few different things too, because IABS is a little tricky, especially if you've been talking to them via email, online, or the phone, things like that. But so let's dive into it. So the IABS, information about brokerage services, you want to give that to them on your first point of contact with whoever it is. And for this reason, you want to make sure that your social media is updated with the IABS. You want to make sure that it's in your signature line, which we'll provide you, but you want to make sure it's in your signature line. Otherwise, you're not adhering to that rule. So you want to make sure that's done, and I'll show you how to fill it out. But basically, you're just informing them of who you represent, what your duties are, and who to contact if there's an issue. The other thing is going to be the buyer representation agreement. That's important because that's going to determine if you're getting paid a commission or not. And you can get paid still, but if they go and find another agent, they call an open house this weekend, they go without you, and then they go forward with an offer, well, then that doesn't mean that they have to use you because there's no agreement signed. And so that means if you've been showing them for months at a time, then that's wasting their time. And so when you meet with me, your coach, or another colleague in the office next week after this video, you're going to kind of go over that with what you filled out, so then they can address with you, okay, how did you fill it out? Why did you think it needed to be filled out that way? And then if there was a wrong way that you did it, or if it needed to be corrected, then they're going to go over that, or I'll go over that with you and kind of explain what it means. But I highly recommend to read the contract paragraph by paragraph so you know what it means, so that you can explain it to your client when they're asking you questions, because they will ask. But basically, you're just assuring that you can do your best fiduciary duties and you represent them, and you're protecting their interest, your interest, and you're going to be able to work with them and give them the best offer. It's going to go over timelines and where you're working at in the community, or there are some times, which again we'll address, or what your coach will, but some people want to only see one property with you. And if that's the case and you're okay with that, then you're able to address that in there as well. So this is really important. You want to make sure that you're protected. You're not wasting your time driving around, the city. So again, any questions, let us know, but we're going to go over this with you again and just fill these forms, the buyer representation agreement, the IABS, to the best of your ability, and make sure that you read that. So when we go over it with you, you fully understand what the contract, what it means. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Any questions, we're always here. But again, make sure you fully know this contract.